Alright, so I put the new firewall on there and bolted it in and bolted it here, here, and here. You can see this thing. I'm gonna need to grease this. While I got it off, I'll grease it. There's another one in the back. I did clean this up. This was all welded to shit. I did clean all this up. He had a bracket coming off of here. I took them off. I gotta take that belly pan off the back. I gotta take this belly pan off of here and take the gas tank out. It's gonna be full of water because you can see this is broken. It's gonna be nasty. Look at this. So we gotta fix that. We gotta run new fuel lines. What I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna give this thing a good cleaning with the greaser, spray the shit out of it and hose it off while I got it all apart before I put the motor back in it. So I'm gonna pull this belly pan off of here. Gotta take these 2 10s out. Then there's 4 bolts. And take the cap off, and this belly pan comes right off, and then you'll see the gas tank. And this one don't have a rear PTO. It's got a nice weight box on it though, a real deep one. I took this is all solid metal. This got all the shit I took out of that weight box. I can't believe the weight in this thing. This is all solid pieces of metal. All of them. I don't know how heavy that is. That's gonna be 8 pounds just for that one. This one, I have no idea. Probably 15. I mean, and then there was dirt. There was dirt mixed in on top of that. All that was in there. It's definitely a nice weight box. You can see there should be a line coming off the back of the transmission, and it's looped in right there. You can see how it's looped in. That's supposed to come out the back into that bracket, and then there's another tapping on the top there. So don't have no lights, but we're gonna take it apart, and the motor's gonna run. That's not an issue. But I like to give this thing a good douche. I did order another tower off eBay. It's a 1987, just like this one is, but this one's missing the tag. So I ordered another tower. It comes with this, and comes with a throttle. Sometimes these are an issue. There's a switch on those. Sometimes them are an issue. It won't start. Because it won't start when it's on, but sometimes that switch lets go from water getting in there, and it won't allow it to start. Alright, well, we're working on it here. Coming along. A little windy out today, but today's Sunday. It's supposed to get a lot of snow on Tuesday, so we take this apart and I'll show you what the tank looks like. I know it's going to be gnarly. Look at that. That's water. It's going to be nasty. The tank's all plastic. That won't rot, but all the fittings inside will. Alright, so there's one on the other side. There's one here. There's one there. Then you're going to take these 2 10s out because it's got a tip. It should come right out now. I'll set you up on the tripod and gotta take this off. This is no good anyway. It's junk. The lights are disconnected already, so that's not an issue. I really like to take this thing apart and give it a good painting before I put it back together. And we got the lights that go to this one's ripped off. And you can see the flipping tank's gnarly. This one's... I have extra ones of these. I don't need this one. You can see there's the... I'm gonna pull this tank out, and this thing's gonna be gnarly. I'm gonna disconnect this shit. This is all gonna be cleaned, taken apart and cleaned, and run no fuel lines. So we get this all apart, we'll be able to give it a good soak it all down with the greaser and hit it with the garden hose and clean it really good. This will come right out. I'm gonna run no fuel lines anyway. There's no doubt about that. Fuel lines are gonna be done. These connectors are gonna be all corroded. Sometimes I could fix them, sometimes I can't. Most likely, I'm gonna need to put new parts in this thing. Most likely. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. She's crusty as hell, Mama. This one here is the main line. This one over here is the reserve. This reserve has got like a little pickup tube. Little piece of hose that goes to the bottom of the tank. I'll show you when I get it out what it looks like. But I need new lines anyway. I do have new pieces if I need them. I do have new gaskets. Hose is all dry and gotta be replaced. She's gonna be one gnarly unit. You could already see that it's blocked. You see it? I know it's a little windy out today, so I don't know how the recording's gonna be. Look at that. Can I clean it? I don't know, maybe. If not, I got another new one. She's flipping pretty bad. There's water, I can see liquid in there. We're gonna dump it out into a bucket and see what it's like. This one here is the reserve. Like I said, I got new gaskets. We're gonna clean it anyway, so. Look at it, it's blocked. We should be able to clean that and then put a new. She ain't gonna work. Oh man, we're gonna see what's in this thing. She's gonna be one nasty one. You ready? I'm just curious on what's in this thing. Got a bucket here. I'm curious. What's in the flipping thing? ready? Oh. Oh, look at the shit coming on it. It's like flipping, look at that, it's like flipping oil. I'll just hose it, I'll rinse it out with water. Look at it, it's like flipping nasty shit. Here's the reserve one. Look at that, it's flipping blocked. I have new ones, but I might be able to save that one. Look at the shit that come out of there. Wow. Just rinse it off with a hose. I should get a little 4-inch piece of hose for the reserve. And then this is the pickup one. I might be able to clean this thing out and vacuum it and see if I get it to work. If not, I got a new one, but these are like $40. I have new gaskets, but this thing's not cheap either. Everything costs money with this thing. All right, and then on this here, you can see this should come into the bottom, the glass, and then go from here to here. And it's broken off, so we gotta fix that. That's for a rear PTO if you have one. But you know, we get it all apart, and now's the time to give it a good cleaning. Now's the time to give it a good degreaser. All I got is a pot. And any of these things that need to be redone, I could put new ones in. I want to take these side panels off and repaint them and see the shit and the dirt and whatnot. And so, while I got it apart, now's the time. I mean, the thing's been sitting around for a long time. I'm gonna take that belly pan off. These are gonna go this way. That's the way they belong. That's bad. Yeah. We're gonna rinse this out good. I might need to put some gas in there, swish it around, and see if I can loosen it up. So this all has to, you can see the muck in there. This all has to be degreaser. Hit this with the degreaser, and then it'll clean right up. Oh yeah, mama. She's a nasty one. Could take this back right off of here, I guess, if I wanted to. It might be easier. A couple of bolts and that bottom bolt. Take this thing right off of here. Make it easier to work on. Bolt it back on later. I'm putting some transmission fluid in it. I redid this. I came up, this is the little sight glass where you're going to get the oil halfway. I ran out of the clear stuff, so I just used a piece of this black hose. But that doesn't matter. The sight glass is here. This is where we're going to fill the oil up, so that's like, you know, for the transmission. I did take the weight box off. The heavy duty weight box. I think that's the one that comes with the loader. Definitely a nice heavy duty box. You can see there's brackets that come off the back, real heavy duty. There's a lot of flipping weight in there. That's a lot of weight. You need it for the loader, I guess. It's pretty low. Probably wouldn't have moved without hydraulic oil. Yeehaw. do is I'm probably gonna push it over there and soak the shit out of it with some cleaner and get my hose out and spray it off. Degreaser. Put a new knob on here and little shit, you know. Guys, I got everything with the degreaser and the hose. Got it pretty clean. I hit it with all the degreaser and then I hosed it off a few times and got it as clean as I could. The rail and everything's pretty clean in there, and that's the best way to do it. Degrease it right inside. Get all the degreaser and get all that shit out of there. I even did the tank. See I even flushed it out the best I could, but I'm gonna have to. Just gonna put the tank in upside down for now. Just for now. I'm gonna continue, but it's almost 3:30 now. I'm gonna start packing up. I gotta go to a birthday party today, so we got the oil in it. We got it cleaned. We got the tank apart. We gotta redo the fuel lines yet. We'll continue on it. At least now I can put the motor back. I can put the motor back. It's all nice and clean. I want it to be able to get in there and give it a good douche. You know, if I had the motor in there, you can't get in there. The motor in, bolted all in. Got the new fuel lines. We'll get it started. I'm probably gonna take these covers off and repaint them. For now, moving ahead here. Got a manhandle let it on there, Mama. Be a Girl Scout now. Much room there to get this thing in there, I'll tell you. Don't give you much room to get it in. It don't give you no room. And all bolted down. The wiring all back together. Need a tool to the. Put all the wiring back. I'm gonna do the fuel line. I rinsed the tank out good with gasoline. I'm gonna redo these. I want to show you how I redo them, and I'm gonna pull new lines in. The other thing off right here. This goes in here like this. It comes in here to the reserve. This one is the main line. This is the reserve, and then this goes out to the fuel pump. And it goes in here. Gotta redo all this stuff, but for now I'm just gonna get it running for now. We're gonna change these lines. There was a little wire tie here that I cut, so we should be able to put new lines on here and pull these through. These old ones are just, they're all hard. It's no good. And I did clean all this stuff yesterday. And I could blow through it. This one I cleaned. And I cleaned this. So should be all good, ready to go back in. And I got new gaskets. Got new gaskets. Alright, so the reserve was just I used this. I should be able to put that in there and then just pop this in after I get that grommet on there. Should be a spring on this thing too, yeah. I'm gonna give it a good flush anyway. I'm gonna give it a good flush once we get it in place. There's the reserve. That goes in the bottom of the tank. And the other one goes like this. I'm going to reuse these fittings. They're going to be fine. This one we can put in and then we'll push it down. We're going to get these new grommets in. Alright. So this side over here is the reserve. Get that gasket in there good first. That's the reserve one. You can do it. I should have put a little lube on there, Mama. I should have put a little lube on there. That's the reserve one. The supply one. then that's gonna go in there like that. Hey, it's a bugger, huh? Not easy. There it goes. Alright, we're gonna run new lines now. I'll show you how I get these things in there. These little anchors that I use. See this? And that goes in there like that. And I put the new hose on it and I tape it. Should work out fine. I could feed this along as I pull the other one. I think it's... Never a dull moment. Pull the other one through and we have our lines. I'm gonna go to reserve. And I got that goes right over here. Goes right in here. And this is gonna be the piece that comes out and feeds this. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with it. It's gonna get tucked up in that hole there. Wow. Thing's a bear. Alright, so that's reserve, that's off, and that's that. That's the reserve one. I'm gonna take this carburetor apart and show you how to clean them. There's 4 screws here. Phillips. I did run a new line, fuel line. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. There's a jet right in here that's gonna come apart. Nothing crazy. These are like blowing carburetor cleaner down in there. And I gotta get that jet out of there. I'll show you. That's what makes them rev. There's a jet right in here. This is the idle jet. It's gonna come out. If I can get it out. Here's the idle jet, and it's gonna be clean. Actually, I had to get one out of another carburetor because that one was no good. See? That's what we want. We want a 4-way spray. That other one I couldn't get out. I had to pull it out. I had to put a new one in there, so I get a new idle jet. That is the idle jet. That's the one that will make it surge. That's the one that there's a problem with it. It surges. Okay. That's back in. These are like I usually like to get in there and clean it. That's usually what I like to do, is get in there and if there's any shit in there, get it with carburetor cleaner and get the gunk out of there, because it don't take much. A little bit of muck in there, next thing you know your carburetor's surging. But that's the jet there that you have to clean. There's still quite a bit of muck in there on the bottom down in there. She's a runner. Will it run? I think so. Will it run? This one's usually not an issue. There is another jet that's down inside there, but I don't think I have to play with that one. Get this baby back together and we'll fire it up. I'll have to do a will it run. I'll put some gas to it and she'll run now. Guys, I got some gas in it. Got the new fuel lines run. What I like to usually do is I usually put a little side container here just to get it started when I want to pull the when it's all out of gas. And I use this little pump here. Gonna hook it right up to my battery. And I'm just sucking gas out of this. And that's gonna go right into the carburetor. Fill the carburetor up. Once I get it running, when this is running, it should start squirting gas out of here using this pump just to prime it, so it should fire. It's just temporary. If it runs, choke it.